This is Michelle Fleming.
Hello.
And this is our beautiful Miss Australia International. And we've had a bit of a problem tonight with our producer, and this is why we've kind of entered as we have. Look at you sitting there. All right. Let's start off with so much I want to ask you, and we've got half an hour. Okay, let's just see if we can cram in, because we're pretty good at talking.
We are.
And nobody even knows this, but we've been known to talk for quite a few hours until early hours of the morning and wondered what we've been saying. But so let's talk about with you and what happened in life, and tell us a story about your brain injury. Like, how did all that happen?
Okay, so back in 2006, I suffered a workplace accident. It was a bit of a freak accident. I got a mop caught up through the ceiling fan blades, and it came out of the blades and knocked me in my right temple.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I suffered speech issues, which I still do today. Short-term memory loss. I had occupational therapy. And I developed complex partial epilepsy from it.
Wow. So what happens when that happens to you? Like, when you get the epilepsy, do you know that it's coming? Like, do you get any signs, like any warning signs or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. I actually smell an electrical fire smell. So that's a clear indication that it's not far off. And speech issues. So I actually struggle to string two words together, which the kids actually make a lot of fun of me when that happens. So yeah, I get warning signs.
And you talk about children. How many children have you got?
3.
3. And what are their ages?
Tiana's 19 and Blake's 17 and Ruby's 9.
Wow.
And they play on it. With my memory loss, they'll actually say to me, like, do you remember?
And you go,
yeah, no, I don't.
And like, we were talking, this night about sticky notes. Because with that brain injury, like, how long were you off work and trying to retrain your brain, basically?
Yeah.
And you said to me that your house was full of sticky notes.
Yeah.
And I'm a sticky note girl, so I visualised all these sticky notes, like, just everywhere all over the house, saying, don't forget to turn that off, which I do anyway, and I haven't got a brain injury. So describe that to us. Like, what was that like for you?
I had sticky notes in the laundry, so when the washing machine turned off, it would be a reminder as to why the bells were going off.
Oh, really?
When alarms were in the kitchen, to let me know I was still cooking or things had finished. But they did actually, the occupational therapist stopped me from cooking because I would set the kitchen on fire every time I cooked, because I didn't get that I was cooking. So I wasn't allowed to do any more cooking. So I became a microwave cook pro.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but yeah, I haven't killed the kids yet, so that's a bonus. But yeah, the sticky notes would have let me know everything in the house, and what was stopped and what was my next move in the house and things like that. So.
Could you ever think about, like, would you ever be able to think to yourself, is this ever going to end? Like, would you think that to yourself, or did you think that was going to be your life?
I think I fought so hard for a very long time to not have it the way it was, to go back to my norm. And I think when I came to accept it, I realised that I'm never going to be that same person again. So a clairvoyant actually told me that I was a walking, and when she explained what that was, I understood, because I resonated with it. And it's like when your old soul leaves your body after a traumatic incident, and a new soul walks in, and that's exactly how I felt. So I had to get used to the new me, and once I accepted that and got used to the new me, then I accepted this is the way my life is. I do get frustrated still to this day, so...
But it's improved vastly from that situation.
Absolutely.
And how long's that been?
Well, 2006.
Wow.
December 2006 that happened, yeah.
So you wouldn't have been able to drive or anything like that?
No, they took my licence. I had a marriage breakdown at the same time as well, so I was raising my children by myself at that time as well, and trying to learn how to speak again and retrain my memory. I think my memory was 30-second memory I had. So
wow.
So probably after, if this was back then, if I walked out and came back in, I wouldn't even know that we had this interview.
That might be a good thing.
That was with some things, yeah.
So, you know, it took you some time to get back to where you are today, obviously.
Oh, it's taken a long while, and I still have incidents and short-term memory short-term memory loss and speech issues and yeah.
Well, I know what it's like just now. If I walk down the hall and I'll go, what am I here for? What am I doing? Why have I come down the hallway? Like, I know how frustrated, or not even frustrated, but how eerie that feeling is. Like, I honestly can't remember why I even walked down there.
I've lost a whole set of car keys, motorbike keys, and the house keys, and I still don't know where they are. But they'll be in my safe spot. They're probably 5 years down the track. And I won't even know.
We've all got
I'll
those
find
safe
them.
spots, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, from there, now, I know that your platform is the homeless with Miss Australia. Well, there's just so much I want to ask you. See, I'm jumping way ahead. So, you were homeless.
I was. After the marriage breakdown and my traumatic brain injury, our house was sold, and I found myself homeless with my children. So that was tough. But I was lucky enough to have my best friend in the whole wide world, like Lee. She took my children and I in and put a roof over our head. And from there, I started to rebuild my life with the children. And yeah, so.
Wow. So and then how did you get from there to being Miss Australia? Like, I'm just going, how does someone become homeless and a brain injury and then get to be Miss Australia? How does that happen?
I still don't know.
You can't remember, right?
It's just a journey. It was just
Yeah.
one thing after another. Like when I was blessed enough with a home. So my children and I moved out into our own home after quite a while. And then I wanted to help other homeless people who were homeless. I started off by putting a call out on Facebook for anyone that's giving away clothes that I can help the local women and children's refuge. Thinking that I actually put it on a post where only my friends could see, because I was fairly new to Facebook, everyone could see. So then I had this huge delivery of clothes, and I thought maybe I could do more with this. And then it's just taken off by itself. So, and I think I've now housed 14 homeless off the street into housing.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and 12 of those are now working full-time jobs, and 2 have got full-time custody of their children. And one of our homeless found out today that I've helped about 3.5 weeks ago for the first time. He's now working, so now we're looking at getting him out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
So, if someone wants to contact you and be a part of what you're doing and help out, where would they go to? What would they do?
They could, depends who it is. If it's just anyone in general in the public, they can contact me through my Miss Australia page, which I can put the link up in the comments later, or my homeless donations page. I'll put that link up as well. I do get phone calls from Centrelink and other service providers wanting me to help with furniture and things like that when some clients get housed, because I think this is the most exciting part for me. When I get to a stage where I'm housing our homeless friends off the street into housing, then we create that house into a home. So that's where the community come together and people start donating items for the house, and then we go in and within a weekend we have that house turned into a home. There's nothing that our homeless need. So
That's so beautiful. Because, that's half the battle. The fact that they have been homeless and then suddenly they've got this beautiful little place to sleep where it's dry and it's warm and they can cook and, all that sort of stuff. It must be just amazing for them.
It's overwhelming for them too. When I house them, I give them my personal phone number, and I would say 80% have rang me at midnight in tears. Just overwhelmed with the fact that it's the first time in 5 years they've slept in a bed, or been able to stretch their legs out if they've slept in the car for so many years, or so it is overwhelming. So then I go back and I work with them for quite a while, and then help them budget, and then help them find jobs if they haven't got jobs and things like that. So once their life's restored to a certain degree where they become independent, then I sort of take a step back and move on. If they want to contact me, they can. I never close the door completely, but they still need to sort of have their own independence and feel like their life's restored to a degree that they can now live their life without me looking over their shoulder. And yeah,
So what sort of team have you got that work with you?
my children and I.
It's just
Yeah.
I just find that extraordinary because, you know, the fact that you've been through so much yourself, and usually this is what, you know, drives us, isn't it? Because you've been through it yourself, you've lived that yourself, and as I say, you've walked in someone else's shoes and you know exactly what it's like. And you do want to help them because someone along the way has helped you.
But they've got to want to help themselves.
Very true, isn't it?
So if they're willing to help themselves, that's where I'll step in and help. But initially, I just meet their immediate needs when I first meet them. But in saying about the team, it's my children and I initially, and Rocky, he's jumped on board to help as well.
Yeah.
And so it's beautiful to watch him get involved as well. But we're a family, it's the community as well. Because without the community donating
Very true,
everything,
isn't it?
I've got nothing to give, because being a single mum and trying to provide for my 3 children, and what's left goes to our homeless friends, but I can't buy the furniture, I can't, you know, turn their houses into a home without the community's help, you know. I can't put the clothes on all our homeless backs without the community donating. So it's a community spirit uniting together to help others.
So how do your children, like, have they told you how they feel about this? Are they like you? Do they kind of get that way that they'll see someone and go, oh, Mum, look, they're homeless?
The other month, my son, I gave him some money, what money I did have left, to go into Coles to get us what we needed. And he came back out and I said, oh, where's the change, darling? And he went, oh, I gave it to the homeless man sitting over there. And I went, where? And he went, over there. And I couldn't see him. So he came back out and he ended up having food. And I thought, well, I'm glad the homeless man's eating, because you're not going to eat tomorrow.
That's what the whole thing was about. He was meant to go in and get what you want.
Yeah, and then I went and spoke to the homeless man and explained, you know, who I was and what I do, and it was freezing cold. He had no socks on his feet, no shoes, no beanie, no jacket, and we were all rugged up. So I went home and got some supplies, because what was in my boot, because it's like a homeless boot. The kids can't put anything in there, and there was nothing in there that I could give him right there and then. So we went home and I got some supplies, and we came back and I gave him brand new socks that had been donated from the community members, some shoes, a beanie, a hat, and my son, with his good rip curl jacket that took forever to get, took it off and gave it to him.
Oh.
And it was
What a beautiful moment for
it
you
was,
as a mother.
It was a moment of like, oh my gosh, that's a new jacket, but it was also a moment of, oh my gosh, everything I've sort of embedded in the children for so long, and he's now, you know, doing that as well without being asked. So it was a very, very proud moment.
So how do you go and find them? Like, what? I'm just so interested in how you actually find them. Do you
walk the streets?
You just walk the streets,
Walk the
not
streets.
just, but you walk the streets.
Yeah, I walk the streets, and I know where a lot of our homeless are in their squats, and then it's word of mouth with our homeless as well. Or if someone sees someone homeless on Facebook, if they see them homeless, then they'll put a post on Facebook, and then a lot of people tag me, and then I'll go out with the kids. And mainly Tiana, because she's 19, I'll take her out.
Yeah.
So she's got a real genuine passion for our homeless. So Blake's a bit, he'll do little things to help, but he's still a bit scared.
He'll give his rip curl jacket away.
Yeah, but he still thinks I'm going to die at the hands of one of our homeless one day.
No.
And little Ruby, she just thinks I love the homeless more than her, because there's more Christmas presents under the homeless Christmas tree at home than what there is for her. So, yeah.
So what do you do at Christmas time?
We put a call out and we do all presents for the women and children in the local refuges. So the kids get at least 10 presents each, and the mums get gifts as well, like presents from the community. And we go out to the refuge, and Santa comes and some of the time, and then we do Christmas in the refuge for the kids. But we've got an old rustic ladder at home, and that's the homeless Christmas tree with all the lights and decorations.
Oh, wow.
And then you can't move in my house. The kitchen's full of presents. The dining room's the kids can't eat the dining room table when it's leading up to Christmas. The computer table's full, so you can't move until I've actually done the homeless run.
So if people want to donate, do they donate not wrapped or?
Not wrapped.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who wraps all these presents?
My children and I. And
Wow.
some of the mums from school, like Ruby's school, they'll come and help, and my close friends, they'll come and help. So different people every year.
So are you after donations for Christmas wrapping or?
We put a call out for Christmas presents like toys, and we find out what each individual child's favourite colour is, what their favourite toy is, and we try and meet those needs. Plus we get their age, their gender and their first names. And we try and meet at least one special gift that we know they've asked from Santa, and then the rest we wrap up age appropriate. So, and then we put a call out for wrapping paper, sticky tape, name tags, and all that. And then we have Share the Dignity, who are really, really wonderful. They donate bags full of toiletries.
I know, I've heard about them. They're just fantastic, aren't
They? Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, they're a bag and in them are just all goodies for women, aren't they? They're like all the things that every woman gets excited about. So I know you guys wouldn't knowing, but we get excited about stuff like that. Yeah. And it really does make a difference, doesn't it, when you get handed it, and you get the beautiful bag as well.
And perfume, and I've got a jewellery business as well, so I'll put jewellery in each bag for the women. So,
oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so not only is your platform homeless, but it's also the farmers.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell me about that as well.
So I'm a country girl at heart, and we follow the radio a fair bit. And much to my children's disgust, I listen to country music all the time. So, it's only right that I looked after the farmers as well as my homeless, my two passions.
And what do you do for the farmers?
I advocate and raise awareness. I've just put a call out for toiletries for the women on the land. So I'm doing a collection at the minute. So I'm heading out west soon with all the toiletries to go and visit the women on the land to give them everything that's been donated.
Oh, that is so awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, and
ladies of the land. Yeah, they're just remarkable women, and
men. Like if you want to donate some items for them, the husbands as well. Like I'm willing to take that, but it was just more for because sanitary items are so expensive to buy, and a lot of the time even are homeless. And for me, homelessness and our farmers go hand in hand, because if they lose their land and their home, they become homeless. So I'm still, helping in that same capacity. So I'm trying to prevent that from getting to that point where I'm then helping them on the streets. So, and sanitary items for our homeless and our farmers is so expensive that they haven't got that spare money to go and,
Well, they're buying water and feed for their animals now, and they're not making the money that they once used to make. That's the sad part about it. And, I've got to give a call out there to Burke and all the surrounding areas. I had a lady come into the store the other day who told me a story where they turn the tap on and nothing comes out of it. I can't even imagine what that sort of lifestyle would be like. Can you imagine not being able to brush your teeth? Like, can you just imagine? You should try it for a couple of hours and not turn a tap on. See if you can survive with not turning a tap on.
At least for a day, one day.
Like, you try and brush your teeth. And then try and, accommodate the fact that, okay, we're getting water in and we've got to pay for it, and the next delivery is. And she was saying they've got the town water, and, she said, what is it? A 2-minute shower every second day or something.
I think Murrundi is on that same one at the moment as well. They're actually running out of water.
It's really sad, isn't it? Our beautiful farmers, and hence the price of produce now goes up and up and up, So
it affects everybody. It's not just the farmers. It affects Australia as a whole,
So the farmers as well. So, watch this space, because we've got Ladies of the Land coming up soon, and we'll be doing lots of stuff there, and Michelle will be coming along with us. I'm hoping that's what's all happening. So, excuse me. So, So what's your absolute dream after Miss Australia?
For myself or for
Hmm.
my homeless? I was going to say
Yes.
no homeless. No
For
more jail.
yourself, for your homeless, for yourself.
I don't think I've really got one. I just live my dream every day. Yeah.
By being with
That's-
the homeless and helping them.
Yeah, my dream for myself is mainly that my kids are happy and healthy. So, I mean, I live for my kids, so yeah.
So what
But-
happens now? You finish. How does it end? Like, how does your year end with Miss Australia?
In February will be the end of my reign as Miss Australia, and then we'll go down to Sydney in February and crown a new Miss Australia that will take over my title. So,
It's
yeah.
fantastic, isn't
And then
it?
she'll go on her journey, and depends what her platform is as to what she supports. But before I became Miss Australia, I did my homeless, so nothing really changes much for me, except for I probably won't be walking around with a crown on my head.
Why not?
But
Is that the crown that gets handed to the next one?
no, I get to keep my crown.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I can wear it at home.
Yeah, with your pyjamas, your flat pyjamas. I can just see it now, Michelle.
I can wear it at home, but no, the new Miss Australia will wear her crown. So I
they
can
the
wear my
same-
sash. If I attend events and things like that, and appearances and things like that, I can wear my sash. But just out of respect for the new Queen, I wouldn't wear my crown.
So after the event, like after your reign finishes in February, you can wear that sash if you're asked to be a public speaker or something like that, yeah.
I can,
But
yeah.
not the crown.
Not the crown.
Yeah. So do
Just
they
out of
do?
respect, I think like there's a new Queen, so the crown represents that
Yeah,
Queen. So
and I get that.
yeah.
So do they do the same design all the time, or are they all different designs?
Yeah, the Miss will get the same crown, and the other sections, the Miss and the Misses and the Miss Teen and our Goodwill Ambassador, they've got their own crowns. So yeah,
So they're duplicated, the same
The same.
design.
Yep.
It's just so beautiful.
they are, aren't they?
Oh wow! I could just steal it. And anyway, I've had photos, everyone, and I will be sharing them with you on Instagram, and But yeah. So for the homeless, if you had one wish, if you had one wish right now, what would that be for your homeless? Like if there was something that you needed, or something you want to build, or something, what would it be?
If I had one wish, it would be that we'd have no homeless.
Yeah, well, that's true,
But-
isn't it?
That's not going to happen. So realistically, I would love, and I've talked about this many times, if I won the lotto,
Yeah, we all know that
as
one.
much as setting my children up, I would actually start up a one-stop homeless shop where everything is there: accommodation, medical, everything, soup kitchen, everything that a homeless need is in that one shop.
Oh, so if you were homeless, you'd go to this one-stop shop
Yep,
and get everything that you needed.
yep. All the services, all the mental health services, medical, everything that they need is right there, accessible for them. No
That-
questions. There shouldn't be all this red tape. I look at all the other organisations, and there's so much red tape our homeless have to go through, and we just live in such a greedy world. Like, we've got so much stuff at home, and I'm able to house 14 homeless off the streets in a housing without help from the government or any funding, and it's purely because our community
Gives.
give, and they're so caring. So my motto is, we restore hope through giving.
So true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think you'll be doing any other little thing on the side as well as this? Like, how do you fit it all in? And you work as well?
Yeah, I work. Yeah.
I don't know how you fit it all in.
I work, I have a jewellery business, I've got 3 children, and do my Miss Australia, do my homeless, do my farmers. Yeah.
Wow. And if there was one thing that what is it that you need right now to help you with the homeless, with whatever you're doing right now? Can we put it like a
Call out?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the word. See now,
So-
who's got the injury? Going, what's the word? Yeah. Let's put a call out for something that, maybe we can
Alright.
help you with.
Well, if it's for my farmers,
Yes.
it would be toiletries. Baby wipes are good when they can't shower. Our families can't shower. They use the wipes. It's not as great as what water is, no doubt, but at least they can wipe their body over and things like that. Deodorants, shampoo, conditioner, even dry shampoo.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? And it
Yeah.
works a treat. It's like really good, yeah.
Some perfume for the women even, you know, that they can spray. Just anything in regards to toiletries, sanitary items, things like that. We have got a lot already. I've collected a lot already. Just anything that you think that if you had no water, what would you use? So, yeah.
All right, so we'll put the link up later on the
sure.
comments section so people can actually contact and, you know, if there's anything that you think of that you'd like to do, you know, certainly contact us. And like I said, we'll have the links up there for the Facebook pages for Michelle. So, alrighty, so I'm...
For the homeless.
Yeah, for the homeless.
It's pretty much the same for our homeless friends. Because as I said, when I first meet them, I meet their immediate needs. So it's toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorants, hats. Now we're coming into summer. Mozzie repellent is a huge need for that.
Oh, that's, you don't think about that because they're outdoors.
They're not huge on sunscreen because they don't like the slimy feel of the sunscreen and not being able to sort of wash it off and things like that.
Yeah.
But Mozzie repellent when they're actually trying to get to sleep, that's huge.
What about the, I was going to ask you, someone designed, and I just can't think of it now, but someone did design a kit for the homeless. It's like, you know, it's like a bed and a little tent and all that. I know, I've seen it somewhere, someone was showing me. Would something like that be good for them?
Depends how bulky it is too, you know, because they've got to be able to carry their items around, and a lot of them when they store, or as they say, stash, under certain buildings, by the time they've come back it's been stolen. So you've got the street swags. It's very rare that one of our homeless get to keep their street swags without it being stolen. So, you know, and it's hard to keep going and reapplying for another swag. And
How do they get them? How do they...
There's a organisation called Street Swags that donate them, but I think you have to actually go through other service providers to get hold of them. So it's still like red tape process.
Well, a lot of homeless haven't got identification either, have they?
I don't know whether they necessarily need ID. So we don't do that. Our recently homeless friend that is now working. He was sleeping in a shop front when I found him. A beautiful gentleman by the name of Dave put a post up on Facebook and let us know that he was homeless, and I went straight out. We got him some KFC, went and sat with him with a cappuccino, and he just jumped off the train at Morisset because he felt the need that he was so tired he wanted to get off. And then I met him that night, and then by the next day we had people dropping off swags, tents, tarps, food. I had one beautiful lady that donated $100 worth of Bunnings vouchers and $100 worth of Coles vouchers. So I was able to pass that to him. So we used the Bunnings vouchers to go and get a few items that we needed to sort of erect his tarps and things like that to set him up.
Yeah, because you don't think about those sort of things.
No. So he's... Look, personally, being school holidays, I could just about go in his setup and put out a bit of a deck chair and enjoy himself for a whole week with the kids. For, you know, he's set up really, really well.
Oh, that's so amazing. So, and what do you think the majority of the reasoning behind these people becoming homeless?
Everybody asks that question.
Yeah.
But it's different for everybody. Each individual case is different. So obviously the stigma is mental health, substance abuse, just family breakdown, unemployment. There's lots of reasons, but each of my homeless have got a different story. So one of my homeless at the moment, he was awarded the state when he was 12 for being severely abused. So he just hasn't had a good chance in life, you know, but he's got no substance abuse and no mental health issues going on. I've got another homeless that DV, as much as women like to think it's all women, it's not. It's a men, you know, men who experience DV to the same extent as what women.
Absolutely.
You know? So
I've interviewed a couple of people, you know, throughout the year, and Yeah, and certainly it's not all about women.
No, well, he was being quite abused by his wife, and he said the last straw for him was when he was doing a jigsaw puzzle on the floor with his little girl, and his wife stepped in the middle of the jigsaw puzzle and then took a step back and then kicked it up in his face and also his little girl's face, and he said he can't do it anymore, he can't stay there, and copped that abuse in front of his little girl. So he rides the trains now, he sleeps on the trains.
Wow, what sort of a... That's just an incredible life, isn't it?
But no substance abuse, doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, but he did say to me, if I have to live this life for another 12 months, he doesn't know how he would cope without turning to drugs or alcohol. So,
wow. You know, like, that sort of person does need rescuing.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's just a matter of everyone pulling together, and you've proven that. It's a matter of everyone, you know, wanting to help out and, you know, wanting to do the right thing and giving of things and doing whatever it takes to give that person the opportunity that we've all got. Like every day we get up, we've got that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know?
I think everybody has got an opportunity. It's more, you know, like support is a huge thing, you know, for everybody. Like I was lucky enough that I had a girlfriend that took me in when I was homeless. If I didn't have that support, I would have been living in my car with the children. Not that I would have been allowed to drive either, because they took my license away from me. We would have been sleeping in the car with nowhere to go. But yeah, support is huge. And a lot of my homeless, when I say, what are your immediate needs? What do you need? You know, probably I'd say 40% of the time I get companionship.
Wow.
So they don't want for anything. I can stand there with 5 pairs of socks and guarantee they'll only take one until I have to persuade them that these have been donated for you. You can take a few.
Isn't that incredible?
So, yeah.
Whereas I'm sure, you know, like other circumstances, they probably take the lot, you know what I mean?
You can tell who's genuinely homeless and who just wants a handout.
Yeah.
So I can anyway. So, yeah, our genuine homeless would only take 1 pair or 2 pairs if they're persuaded to take 2 pairs. But yeah, but support is huge. So I think when I meet them and they get that support, and then I find out what their needs are, their story, we sit down, and then the trust is built, then it's like a domino effect from there. We start restoring their life from there.
So how long does it normally take you from that first meeting to getting them somewhere to live? And
that depends on the individual homeless that I'm helping. So, but not very long. Like the one that just has got a job today, we started helping him on the 9th of September. So, yeah, he's now working. So, yeah. And now
we've just incredible.
Just got to get him a house now.
So there we go. So we're going to put it out there too, because we're looking for private rentals as well. So just to help Michelle get to, you know, get to house these beautiful people and giving them a second chance. And, you know, if you're a real estate agent out there or you've got private rentals or whatever, link up with us and speak to Michelle about it.
Yeah.
So it's just been an absolute pleasure, like having you on tonight. And, you know, sorry we had to do you had to play producer and I had to sit here like the queen, you know, while you did that. But so I'm sure I'm going to have you back next year.
You will.
To talk about other stuff that we'll be working on and what's going on. And I'd love a catch up and, you know, and maybe, yeah, anyway, we'll be talking about lots of things. I know we will. So, you know, it's been an amazing couple of years for me, and tonight is my 99th show.
Ooh.
I know, I'm excited. So, you know, I thank all of you for supporting me in my dream and, you know, making it happen for me. Like, I've got so many series I'll be doing next year, and certainly I'm continuing on the couch. So, look, thank you, every single one of you, for making my dream come true. And hopefully a lot of you will join me on the 4th of December, because we'll be doing the 100th show. And I'll be looking at a beautiful live audience. So you're invited. If you saw the invitation up, I'd like you to respond and accept and turn up, because we're going to be having a live audience. And the 100 show is about me, so my life and why I'm here doing what I do, and my son will be interviewing me. So the questions are coming from the audience. So if you want your chance to be a part of that live audience and you'd like to ask me a question about my life, then accept the invitation. So I'll be seeing a lot of you on the 4th of December, 7 o'clock at the Croatian Club at Wickham. And accept the invitation. Okay, everyone, it's been wonderful, and I'm so proud to have you on. And
Thanks for having me, Carol.
thanks for letting me wear your crown and your sash too. You'll be able to see those photos on Instagram as well. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Goodbye from us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.